Why did school teach you how to dissect a frog and solve quadratic equations, but never how to build wealth, handle taxes, or manage your emotions? Ever wonder why you were taught to obey, but never to think for yourself? It's not an accident. The truth is, the system wasn't built to make you successful. It was built to make you obedient. School gave us frog dissections and algebra, but forgot to include life realities. I could recite the periodic table, but no one ever taught me how to negotiate a salary or avoid debt. Many years in school, and not a single class on taxes, credit, negotiation, or emotional intelligence. Have you ever wondered what the system really taught us, and what it left out on purpose? Stick with me, because in the next few minutes, we're going to break down how school quietly trained us to play it safe, think small and follow the rules, and more importantly, how you can break free from that mindset and build something real. So grab a pen, find a quiet spot, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't get to miss any of our gems. Point 1. The real purpose of school, and it's not what you think. Let's just call it what it is. The traditional school system, the one we still use today, was designed during the Industrial Revolution. Its purpose? To train children to become compliant, punctual, obedient workers who could take orders, follow instructions, and not question authority. Sounds harsh. Think about it. You sit in rows, you raise your hand for permission, you follow a bell schedule, you memorize and regurgitate information. You're punished for speaking up or going off topic. Does that sound like preparation for innovation or entrepreneurship? Or does it sound more like factory training? Now here's the million-dollar question. Are you okay with being trained to be replaceable, or do you want to be exceptional? Point 2. Why fear of failure is installed early and how it cripples you. In school, mistakes are bad. Get something wrong, red marks, deductions, shame. But in real life, mistakes are where the gold is. Every successful entrepreneur, inventor, or creator has failed more times than they can count. Thomas Edison made 1,000 unsuccessful attempts at inventing the light bulb. 1,000. Can you imagine if he were graded in a classroom? He'd have failed the semester. Here's the irony. In school, don't fail. In life, fail fast, learn fast, grow fast. So why are we taught the opposite? Because a system that punishes failure trains people to play small. It trains you to avoid risk, to stay quiet, to color inside the lines. But growth, real, powerful growth, lies just outside your comfort zone. Point 3. The myth of the one right answer. Another big lie school teaches us, that there is only one right answer, only one way to write the essay, one way to do the math, one path to success. In real life, problems rarely have one solution. In fact, the best innovations come from looking at the same problem in an different way. Consider this. If Steve Jobs had followed the one right answer rule, there would be no iPhone. If Elon Musk did what he was told, he'd be managing someone else's factory, not building rockets. So let me ask, what ideas have you silenced in yourself because you thought they were wrong? Point 4. How schools kill creativity and confidence. Kids are naturally curious. They want to explore, experiment, ask questions, but school rewards obedience, not curiosity. How often were you told, stop talking? That question isn't relevant. That's not how it's done. Over time, that internal light dims, and by graduation, we've got millions of young adults who don't know what they want, because they've never been allowed to find out. Nobody asked, what lights you up? Nobody said, let's build around your passion, and that should break your heart. Point 5. My story. From fired employee to reluctant entrepreneur. Let me tell you a quick story. Back in 1984, I was on my first date with Robert. Yes, Robert Kiyosaki. He asked me, what do you want to do with your life? At the time, I had just been fired twice from the same job. They fired me, rehired me, then fired me again. Yes, it was awkward. So I looked him in the eye and said, I want to own my own business, but I don't know how. I've never been around entrepreneurs. Robert smiled and said, all my friends are entrepreneurs. Let's change that. That moment changed everything. 2 months later, I started my first business, and within a week I realized I had zero free time. I used to think that being your own boss meant waking up at 11, working when I wanted, sipping lattes in my pajamas. Reality check. Entrepreneurship is not a vacation. It's a 24/7 transformation machine. You are constantly solving problems, putting out fires, stretching your brain, and questioning everything you thought you knew. And you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world. If you're getting value from this message and you want me to continue, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I drop messages like this every day to build your mindset and finances. Thank you. Let's continue. Point 6. What most first-time business owners get wrong. So many people quit their jobs and jump headfirst into a business with the wrong mindset. They rent a fancy office, buy expensive furniture, hire an assistant, all to look professional, but they haven't made a single dollar. Here's the truth. Build your revenue before your office. Keep it simple at the start. Start scrappy. Start from your kitchen table if you have to, because until the cash flows in, all the aesthetics in the world won't save you. Point 7. Don't quit your job yet. If you're in a job right now and you're itching to break free, great, but don't be reckless. Use that job as fuel. Work it by day. Build your dream by night. You do have time. You just have to stop wasting it. Turn off Netflix. Put the phone down. Invest that hour in your future. Over the course of a year, 1 hour a day becomes over 360 hours. That's more than enough to build momentum. Point 8. Purpose, optimism, and resilience. A study of centenarians, people who live past 100, found 3 common traits. 1. They had a sense of purpose. 2. They were optimistic. 3. They were resilient. Now tell me that doesn't sound like the recipe for a successful entrepreneur. Without purpose, you burn out. Without optimism, you never start. Without resilience, you never finish. So here's a question. What is your purpose, and are you willing to fight for it? Point 9. Do what you love, but solve a real problem. Forget the cheesy quote, do what you love and the money will follow. No, it's deeper than that. Do what you love, solve a real problem, provide real value. Then, the money comes. If you're passionate about health, how can you help people live longer? If you love music, how can you help others create or learn? Passion alone is a hobby. Passion with purpose and a plan, that's a business. Point 10. Making a difference means making it a business. So many good-hearted people say, I just want to help people, but they refuse to charge for their product or service. Here's the deal. If you truly believe your idea can help the world, you have a responsibility to scale it, to market it, to make it profitable. Why? Because impact without income is a short story. To change lives, people have to know you exist. To stay in business, you have to earn. You cannot serve from an empty cup. And the bigger your mission, the bolder your business needs to be. Finally, so here's my challenge for you. What's the one fear holding you back? What lie did you learn in school that you're ready to let go of? And what dream have you buried under a pile of rules and realism? Drop your answer in the comments, and if this video brought you value or stirred something in you, give it a like, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Videos like this take weeks of research, writing, and care to create. Don't just watch and go away. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to hear what stuck with you the most, because you were not born to play small. You were born to build, to question, to solve and to shine. Let's rewrite the rules together.